everyone, it's Norma, and it is time to do an Empties video. Yesterday was the 4th of July, and I hope everyone had a good holiday if you are in the United States. I took an extra day off of work just to catch up on some things, so it's like, oh, I better get this empty video done or it just ain't gonna happen. So here we are, and I have to say that for June, my burning was actually pretty good. I dragged out, a lot of my favorite florals, and for the most part, I have no complaints. There's a couple here or there, but for the most part, generally everything performed fairly well. Everything had, either some kind of throw, maybe not a strong throw, but I could smell them. And sometimes that's just, shocking to me, because I've had a lot of bad luck lately, especially with a lot of my Yankees. But when it comes to the florals, they can still put together a pretty good floral. So a lot of these are repeat candles. I've burnt them in the past, so I've talked about them a lot. So I can kind of whip through some of them fairly quickly. So first up is Roses of Cliff Walk. And Yankee did bring this back as a treasure this year. Now, I have not purchased any of the 2016 treasures except for one, which was Rainbow's End. And I'm not sure if I'm going to, simply because I'm kind of like at my capacity. And the ones that they brought out that I like a lot, I already have enough backups of, so I think I can kind of pass it because I want to try some new things. So, but Roses of Cliff Walk, it's just like a rose with a salty cedar scent. It did pretty good for me. Now, admittedly, it wasn't quite as strong as I remember it from the very first time I burnt it and reviewed it, but it did have a throw. So, I don't know. And I can't remember what pour this one is. I think this is 2014. Let me take a look. Yeah, these are 2014 pours. But these were some that I picked up at the outlet last summer. But, burn-wise, it did great. No issues with that. But the throw wasn't quite as strong as I remembered, but I could still smell it. I could still enjoy it, so I'm okay with that. Next up is Yankee Candle Sheer Gardenia. And I decided to go through some of my Gardenia candles because I wanted to do it last year and I never got around to it. So this year I said I'm doing my gardenias. So this one is okay for me. I know some people prefer this one over sheer gardenia. Over white gardenia, which you'll see I have here. I decided I actually prefer the white gardenia over this one. This is nice. It's just got a little bit more green note. It did okay burn-wise. It did really well, as you can see. But I have backups of these. But like I said, this was also came back as a treasure this year. I didn't purchase any more of them. Because I decided I think I like the regular white gardenia better, which is this one. And these I had in the tumblers. And I had all my gardenias going in my great room. So you could check out what I'm burning now for June to see, where I had all these candles placed if you're interested. And I have to say, between the sheer gardenia, the white gardenia, and hang on a second, and these two Kringles, I don't know what happened to the lid, but these were Kringles in their Gardenia that I picked up at Home Goods for $9.99. Now, the Kringle version, to me, is the most truest Gardenia smell. This one can sometimes smell a little bit heavy, almost a little soapy sometimes. But you don't really notice it as much until you smell this one. This one just smells like a fresh gardenia, like it's right on the plant, and you're smelling it. This is absolutely a beautiful gardenia, and sadly Kringle has discontinued it, which makes me really sad because I love that gardenia. So I don't know, between the two Kringles, these two white gardenias and the sheer gardenias, plus I had white gardenia votives and tea lights going, my whole large room smelled like gardenias, and it was beautiful. It wasn't over, it wasn't too heavy, it wasn't too cloying. It was just the right, perfect balance of gardenia, and I absolutely really enjoyed it. And as you can see, I mean, I have some soot here on the Kringle just because I let it get away from me one time. But other than that, I had no issues. Yay for my gardenias. Next up is Jasmine green tea, and I was really excited to get some more of these so I could actually burn them and enjoy it. Now, as you can see, these jars look really messy. Part of it is because I did have some burn issues in the beginning. Jasmine green tea has notoriously been a slow burner, and it was no exception this month. They were slow burners, and because I don't have quite as much time in the warmer months as I do in the winter when I'm home more, I didn't always get a good wax pull on it. And because this is a slow burner, I really needed more days with long burn times. But I burned it anyway, so I did have to cut some of it out when it started to tunnel, throw it in a warmer, and then as you can see, at the very end here, I just poured out whatever was left into some milk cups to put in my centerpiece because I didn't want to waste any of it. So yeah, it looks really messy right now. I actually did about halfway through cut out some of the wax because it wasn't tunneling, and after I did that, it seemed to burn okay. Even if I had only like 3 hours of burn time, once I got past that point, it seemed to do okay. But yeah, it's a slow burner. Just keep that in mind. Lilac blossoms, beautiful. I had this in my bathroom. Yeah, it's a mess. I did have some burn issues with it and tunneling, simply because I didn't have time. But that was really my fault. Throw on this was great. I really loved it. Lilac Blossoms is one of my favorite florals from Yankee, and I will always get it. Okay, I got 3 more large jars. This is pink hibiscus. This was I think it was a UK scent that came out, it was either last summer or the summer before. And people like this one, like people who didn't normally care for florals like this because it's a little bit fruity. Sometimes hibiscus can have kind of like a lemony, citrusy, tart type of smell. I didn't really care for it that much. It was okay. I mean, it's not an offensive smelling, but it just if I want florals, I want florals. It was just okay. I couldn't really smell it, so yeah, I wouldn't get it again. I think this is my last one, and I just burned it just basically to get rid of it. And so I have done that. It is gone. Bye-bye. Summer Wish. This is the only one I got, and so I'm done with this one. This was part of the semi-annual sale this year. I actually like this scent a lot. It's a really fresh green, somewhat floral, but not too florally. It's a very pretty scent. It is light. It's notoriously a light scent. Now, it's the same scent, I believe it is, an exact dupe, I can't tell the difference, as the World Journeys Rolling Hills of Ireland. Now, that scent I had last year in a 2-wick tumbler, and that one threw really good. It was in paraffin wax. I have not tried this in the smooth wax 2-wick tumbler, so I don't know if it throws any better, but the 2-wick Rolling Hills of Ireland did throw. So if I would get this scent again, I would be on the hunt for that. It usually comes out around St. Patrick's Day, Sometimes you can find it in the outlet. Beautiful, beautiful, fresh green, not too floral type of scent. This also came back as a treasure this year. I think mine is a 2014. Yep, 2014. Lemon Zest. This is probably my favorite lemon from Yankee. Yeah, you can see what it did. It kind of tunneled there and burned itself out, even though there was a lot of wax remaining here. And I probably should dig it out, but I don't think I will. I like the scent. I did have some tunneling issues in the beginning, especially. Part of it my fault because I didn't have enough time. I had this on my stove. Now, even so, I could smell it when I was in the vicinity. It really didn't throw. You know, I've mentioned before that my stove's kind of a dead zone, so it takes a pretty powerful candle to throw there. But I could smell it when I was in the vicinity, so that was okay. I didn't want something that was going to be too strong because I had all the gardenias going on, you know, in the same space basically. But I didn't purchase any this year simply because I have a lot of backups from when this came out in 2014 as a treasure. So I didn't feel the need to buy any more. Okay, so I have some 2-wick tumblers from Yankee. This one is Lavender Vanilla, and I mentioned before I will not be buying these from Home Goods in the smooth wax tumblers anymore, especially in the scent Lavender Vanilla, because I couldn't smell it. Nice, beautiful scent, but I couldn't smell it. On the other hand, I could smell this one. This is the Home Goods version of Pink Sands. And this was just a real pretty, light, sweet, kind of floral, kind of fruity type of scent. It's very popular. And I actually really enjoy this scent. It's a nice transition from, you know, spring into summer when you're not quite sure if you want to, you know, do florals, do you want to do fruit. It's kind of a nice balance of both. And it actually did fairly decent in the throw department, so I was happy with that. And of course, another one that has always done well for me is the World Journeys French Lavender. I burnt this many a time. Did great, as you can see. Okay, and another favorite from Kringle Candle. This is Rosemary Lemon. And it's a nice balance of rosemary and lemon. Initially, I kind of thought they were pretty equal, but after burning 2 of them, I kind of think it may lean a little bit more toward the lemon. And it's a nice, fresh, clean lemon. It's not like a cleaner type of lemon, like Lemon Pledge or anything like that. It just smells like a freshly squeezed lemon with the hint of the rosemary. Now, it's not super, super strong. I did have 2 of these going in my computer room, and the 2 of them together were enough to scent the room. One might have been a little bit hard to scent, but the 2 of them together were just great. I had absolutely no performance issues other than you can see the wick moving there at the very end, but it basically burnt all the way down, no problems, love it. I had 1 root candle, and this was a queen bee jar in the scent Ginger Patchouli. Now, you may recall I've had some issues burning some of the root candles. This one did burn a lot better, but definitely a slow burner. And I confess there were times when I stuck it in a hurricane, stuck my hurricane in a lantern and let it go all night, because that was the only way I could get it to pull out with an aluminum on it. These are just very slow burners for me, and which I like a slow burning candle, but I also want it to pull out so I can smell it. I had this in the bathroom. It was a nice scent for the bathroom. You know, it scented the bathroom, and I could smell it drifting into my bedroom a little bit, but it wasn't super strong. I would consider getting it again because I do like it, but you know, it'd have to be a pretty good sale. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. It's not like one I have to have in my life forever and ever, but I do like it, and I would get it again. Okay, so what do we got left here? Let's start with these in the back. These were some Colonial candle pillars that everybody was kind of looking for these scents a while back ago. I was never able to find them in the large jars, but I found them in these pillars. And I think I had these in my Empties video last month, and I said they were a disaster. And basically, I melted them down to make melts out of them. So these were the last two that I had, and actually, you know what, this is Stone Garden. It's not the lemon sage. I didn't have any more lemon sage. So this is Stone Garden and green tea and bergamot. Well, I decided to burn them this time because why not? I just figured, let me just enjoy the ambience. So they actually burnt better this time. They didn't tunnel straight down like my other ones did, and so they actually did pull out. So they did okay, but you know, I couldn't. The Stone Garden, I really couldn't smell. The green tea and bergamot, it did better, but I couldn't really smell that one much either. So yeah, done with those. Would not repurchase. Okay, so let's move on to, I got one Goose Creek, and these are Bath and Body Works. So let's start with the Goose Creek. This is in the scent Pineapple Sea Spray. This is one of their aromatic 3-wick tumblers. I got this one, I think it was last year from, gosh, I can't remember if I got this one from Burlington Coat Factory or if I got it straight from, I think I bought this actually online from the website. And I did do a review on it, and it's basically what it says. It's, you know, I definitely get the sea spray. You get that salty sea air, and then you get like a whiff of the pineapple. It's nice. I don't know if I get it again. I don't know if I like it enough that I would get it again, but it was nice. I had it in the bathroom. I figured it was a nice bathroom scent, mostly because I do pick up more of the salty sea spray, and then you just have a little sweetness of the pineapple. But yeah, it was okay. Okay. Georgia Peach. I finished this one up because I needed a 3-wick to put into my pineapple holder. I figured, why not this one? And it was okay. You know, I'm not a huge peach fan. But this one, unlike Peach Bellini, which is like super sweet, this one is a nice peach. And I didn't mind it. It was okay. It wasn't a super strong thrower. And it took me a good 2 weeks to get through it because I did have some puny wick syndrome, you know, once I got past that midpoint, which is an affliction that seems to plague a lot of the Bath and Body Works candles, unfortunately. So that was no exception. I also had the same problem with Honeysuckle. This one, you know, it was a floral. It was okay. I probably wouldn't get it again, though. It was like, just okay. Paris Lavender Macaron. Slight technical difficulty. I ran out of memory, so I had to clear some stuff on my phone. So this is Paris Lavender Macaron, and like I mentioned, I decided to burn this one instead of melt it. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't get more of this. I liked it at first when I first burnt it, but after a while, I think it's a little bit too sweet for me. You know, I'm happy with what I got. I got maybe a couple more, and I have one like container of melt still, and I think that's enough. I don't need to hoard it. Yeah, I'm fine with it. So that's those 3. Now these 2, on the other hand, were lovely. I love these. This one is Palm Leaves, and I was able to pick it up at the semi-annual sale last year. And this is just a beautiful, almost like an aloe, fresh, clean type scent. Through great. I really enjoyed this one. It was actually a strong thrower. And same with this one. This is Island Tiare flower. It's ironic because when I reviewed this one, I think it was last year, I had it in my bedroom, and I said it was light, but then as it went on, it got stronger. This one started out strong. I had both of these in the same spot. I burnt, I think this one first and then this one when that one was done. And they just both did great. Yeah, I don't think this one's coming back this year, and I'm kind of sad about it because I really enjoyed that one and I loved that one. Those, if they came back, I would definitely repurchase. And then last but not least, I actually 3 Unripened Dow candles. This one in the scent Vanilla Bean, which is like a vanilla, patchouli, sandalwood, jasmine blend. It's just a beautiful, beautiful scent for like a bedroom or a bathroom. Definitely get the patchouli and the sandalwood. And this one is the candle everyone was talking about, the Unripened Dow Cashmere, the Victoria's Secret $5 special that they had for the semi-annual sale. I actually had 2 of these, but one of the jars broke, so I threw that out, so I didn't cut myself. I love both of them. The cashmere is actually stronger, but I think I actually prefer the vanilla bean scent better. I think it's a little bit better as a blender, whereas this one, you know, definitely get the violet. I just think this one is better to burn by itself, but I think it would burn well with Golden Sands too from Yankee. But yeah, I like them both. So that is basically it. That is what I have been burning in the month of June. I've already started my July candles, and so I've put away my florals and I'm getting my citrus on. So so far I'm really pleased with everything I have going. So you'll have to stay tuned for my what I'm burning now in July video coming soon. So if you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below, and have a blessed day.